You've just entered the bear crawling nation on the No Agenda Stream.
This is R. Mordant McFall, and welcome to the other side of live.
Welcome, everyone, to the #1 late-night Mayan Apocalyptic motivational show, otherwise known as The Other Side of Live. In honor of the Mayan Apocalypse upcoming, tonight's working title is End of the World Listener Blowout. It does say end of the year, but I changed it to End of the World Listener Blowout. And tonight, we are live and kicking it, at least for a few more days, from both Chandler, Arizona, and the Bears Den in Monticello, Georgia. And that laughter you heard in the background is the dark side of positive, Charles McFall. Say chileo, Charles.
I'm already, my bags are packed for the Mayan rapture. I've been saying my prayers to Quetzalcoatl. I'm good. I am so good. I'm ready to go to the golden apocalypse in the sky.
The Mayan rapture.
Mayan rapture, baby.
Hilarious.
I've had not one, but two friends know me well enough that they both posted the same post on my Facebook page. This says on the 22nd, well, I'm going to paraphrase it. Basically, on the 22nd, Charles is going to wake up, run outside screaming, going, "The doctor saved us! The doctor saved us!" That's awesome.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. A lot of things happening this towards the weekend, and a lot of things have happened this past week, which is why we're doing this kind of funkified The Other Side of Live, where we really don't have a set list, although I have something in front of me.
Although
it's just going to be talking about our year, talking about what's just been happening. If I can shut up, you'll actually talk about stuff too, you know. And listeners will call in.
Ooh, Hercules, I got something for us. You know, I usually mention that, Success Freaks and The Other Side of Live is brought to you in part by the Conyers Rockdale Toastmasters, because I've just fallen in love with that group, and I am learning to speak better. It's achieving goals. It's moving me forward. Last night, the president of the club mentioned that she actually got to listen to our show last week, and she enjoyed it, and she looks forward to basically checking us out more. And so she appreciated that we did the shout out. So I do. If you're in the Conyers Rockdale area, check us out on Monday nights, because it's a great group of speakers and people learning to speak, and it's awesome.
So you're working on being able to speak better?
Speak more well.
Would you say that you're working on your diction?
I would not. I would let you say that.
It's the end of the world, TOSOL show. Woohoo, going crazy.
I'm getting grief in the chat room. And Quetzalcoatl Aztec. Come on, I don't get bonus points for actually saying it clearly and fast and not going on it. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Yeah, well, what do you expect from historian 1227? Of course she's going to call you on that. Maybe it's because the Aztecs or the Mayans are actually her people. Which is not true because she's Korean.
All I know is all those people got wiped out by the predators. I saw the movie. It's the truth. I understand.
That's right. The Spanish, the conquistadors, when they came over, the predators.
No, fool. That's all made up by the government who wants to keep the man down. I'm talking about aliens versus predators.
You ended that conversation just as I took a big sip of water. Thank you.
And I waited for it just to annoy you. Tonight is the End of the World Listener Blowout. We are looking for your calls, and we're not asking you to call in for free, are we, Mordant?
No, we're not. That's right.
No, we're not. We have a whole list of prizes that we're working on how to give this out, and we'll
holiday
talk about
gifts, if you would.
If you will. So to call in live tonight, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. And I want to say, because I haven't got to in a long time, your greetings, Klaatu. I remember where it's from. I know where it's from, but I always want to say the line from The Evil Dead, the Army of Darkness, rather. Klaatu, Ratu.
It's from two places, isn't it? It's from Army of Darkness and
the End of the World movie with the robot.
The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Thank you. Yes. So it's hey, and the Lala Siegfried is in the room. Let's go ahead and give shout outs to who's here tonight. Historian, who is correcting me, and we'll get a smash of coffee in her face because
She is no. Look, you can't do that. She's a history. She's a history person. Of course, she's going to call you to task with that. You can't smack her with your coffee. Drink that cup of Joe.
I will. Manda from her own new show that'll be coming out in the new year is in.
What's that one called? Manda's.
It's called Manda. So I don't know. I just she's gonna be like rah, 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 poking the bear in reverse.
Actually, I was gonna wait till the very, very end, but I'm gonna do this right now.
Okay.
Because we discussed Manda. This week's birthday present of the week came from Manda. I actually got it today. The only day that I was gonna be at my house in Arizona. It came through the mail. One of the things that I asked for from the Amazon list, which is a card game, one sample of a card game where you're creating a movie and your person who you're playing against is creating a movie, and you have locations and you have props and special effects. You're trying to destroy the movie, and this version is called Silent but Deadly Night, and it's all about Christmas movies.
Interesting.
And it came in a tin. Like a little Christmas tin, and inside was this little plush ornament of Skippy the Wonder Dog. And in each one of these card games, they have a version of Skippy in there for, whatever he does. The first one, I think, was Cannibals from Outer Space, and it was all about those kind of movies. So I'm looking forward to play that. Thank you, Manda. Thank you so much for that gift. It's awesome.
That sounds, and that reminds me, it does sound awesome. We're going to be in Vegas January 4th through the 9th. And why don't you bring a sampling, whatever, bring some Munchkin, bring that and bring Munchkin because you're always talking about it to me. And you actually brought it. See, this is my loving good friend, our Mordant McFall. I'm like, dude, you talk about Munchkin all the time. You're coming over to my house. This is, of course, back in the fall. And it's like, you're coming over to my house for the studio, whatever. Why don't you bring one of your Munchkins with you? It's a card game. So I could try it out with my family. He brings it to me, puts it in my hands. I was like, ooh, that's nice. He takes it back, puts it in his bag, and I never saw it again.
Well, Munchkin, it can be either a fun, fast game, or it can take hours. And your kids are a little bit young for it.
Yeah.
Now, this other game, I think, is faster, and I think they might actually like it and get it. That's my only concern.
Well,
I just got a Munchkin gift from Ron and his family.
Oh, yeah?
The brand new, I don't even think it's out yet, the brand new apocalyptic Munchkin for the end of the world, signed by all the people from the artists and all those people.
Cool.
Yeah, so I was excited about that.
So Amanda here in the chat room saying it's fun. And I think we missed some people. I want to go back. Historian we said was here. Lala Siegfried's in the room. Rock Girl's here tonight. Klaatu is listening live. And I think that's it. If I miss you, just throw it up in the chat room. If you're listening live on your TuneIn app, please email me. Charles at theothersideoflive.com, or you can email Mordant at theothersideoflive.com, or just whatever you want. Let us know. Hit us up on the Facebook page. We're going to be monitoring that tonight. We have at least one email to read for the show. We've got 3 voicemails and a live caller right now. We ready to go to the live caller?
Boom, baby.
Okay, apparently we just ended the show, caller. I do apologize. I heard the boom, baby. That means we're done.
That's the only time I'm allowed to use that. Then, hoo-ah! How about that?
704, I know the robot lady said that your call has been unmuted. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Who are we speaking to, on?
Your favorite lesbian.
Yay! My favorite lesbian. Can I say your first name?
Yeah.
It's my favorite lesbian, Jamie. Hi. Did you figure out how to listen to the show?
No, none of the sites are loading. So I called in, I guess.
No, that's fine. But you can also try noagendachat.net. I know that the other side of live has been having difficulties tonight. Actually, this week, our tech people are on it. It's really nothing we can do. It's on GoDaddy's end. That may mean that Mordant World also may be having difficulties. I'm not sure. But houseofthebear.com is on a whole different provider, so you might be able to find it there as well. But you can also stay here on the line and listen.
I'll do that.
Yeah, and actually, I have your question to listen later. But do you want to ask your question now? Now that we're actually talking to a real live person.
I guess if you want me to.
Yes, I do.
Okay. It was. What are you guys looking forward to most in the new year? Assuming we all survive the apocalypse.
the Mayan rapture. Come on, trademarking.
Hello.
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 So what are we most looking for in the new year?
Looking forward to or for? Yeah, forward to.
That'll be you, sir.
Okay, I'll answer that. First, I want to say that, Jamie, you're being a little quiet right now and shy. What's up with that?
I'm at work.
Oh, you're at work. Where do you work? Where do you work, Jamie?
I work at LexisNexis.
You work at where?
I do at LexisNexis. I do criminal background checks.
Yay! Run Mordant. Run Mordant right now.
Mordant is not my real name.
So Mordant is...
I'm looking forward to all of the groovy stuff that we have lining up for us. And I mean, we've got stuff from the beginning of the year to the middle of the year, and then I'm sure stuff is going to happen at the end of the year as well. We got NMX showing up in January, where Charles and I are going to go to Vegas, and we have an announcement about that I think that we can wait a little bit for that. And then we're putting on our Success Freaks, the first ever Success Freaks conference, which is going to happen in the Atlanta area in June. And I'm so excited about those doors opening and us being able to get out there and talk to people and share all that we have to share and just, you know, I don't know, blowing up, reaching out there and touching the world. It's one of my things. I want to touch the world.
That's cool. I like that.
That's me. What about you? Know what? Oh, at the end of the year, next year, I'm looking forward to not doing a Tortuga Twins Christmas show. That's what I'm looking forward to at the end of the year.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
You should do another one.
I'll go more into that later when Charles asks me about it. But Charles, what are you looking forward to at the end of the year?
I'm looking forward to the new year and quitting my job and working for us full time. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Making my first $1 million, speaking everywhere, and, you know, being the big deal that I know I am in my own head. That's what I'm looking forward to. Well, you know, I have the fourth kid coming along.
That's true.
Wow.
You know, so that's,
You're working on the baseball team.
Well, I think we're having a hard time with the middle name because I feel like it has to be something epic. We know this is the last kid, the last planned one anyway. We're gonna take steps to make sure she's the last planned one, but it's like we knew she was gonna be a girl. We knew we were gonna have a set, you know, boy, girl. Everything's worked out. The law of attraction, whatever you want to say, we spoke it to existence. Whatever, we got what we wanted. So her name needs to be epic, and we just haven't got there yet. Although,
why don't you make her middle name Epic?
Yeah, because my wife won't go for that.
Did you try it?
Yes, I did.
You could make it Rafaela.
You could make in honor of the Mayan Apocalypse. You can call her Rapture.
Now, I did want to steal one from How I Met Your Mother because I really did like it, but her middle name should be Wait For It. So it's Zoe, Wait For It, McFall. That would kick ass, right? And that came from my soon-to-be good friend Neil Patrick Harris on
I
How I
think
Met Your
you should
Mother.
call her Pride Comes Before.
Oh.
Zoe, Pride Comes Before McFall.
So we've got some new listeners in now. We've got.
But hang on. Before we get rid of Jamie, what do you have? What are you looking forward to in 2013, assuming that we're going to survive and get there?
Living my 25th year out to a bang. Doing some crazy stuff. Go skydiving again. See the Tortugas again. Haven't seen another Christmas Tortuga show.
What's new? I mean, those are all things you've done already.
Becoming a police officer.
Oh, that's right.
That's good right there.
Mm-hmm.
You could be our personal security.
Sounds good to me. You guys paying for travel?
You cannot be our personal security.
Yet.
No, yeah.
Not yet.
Of course.
Well, we will get you into the, you're from Charlotte. You can come. Yeah, we'll pay for you, Charlotte to Atlanta. Heck yeah.
That's easy enough. So, very cool.
That works.
All right. Well, Jamie, thank you so much for calling in. If you want, you can just sit there and listen
Yes.
Via the phone. You actually had popped into the X chat, and you were there for a while. If you bop in again and let us know you want to talk again, we'll unmute you. But otherwise,
What X chat?
No, the chat room. XChat's a program that we use that views the chat room. Whatever site you were on, we actually did see you in the chat room for a minute.
Oh, none of the sites are working right now.
I did find who Rocco put in the room that. Let me see which one she says works. The noagendastream.com works. And there's a chat and a live show there as well.
Okay, I'll look that one up.
All right.
But
Thank you, Jamie.
stay on here.
That's
Thanks.
fine.
So what were you saying before, Charles?
I don't remember now.
You
Oh,
were
new
talking about other people in the room, new people?
Pirate Jan. Janice is in. Sharon made it in.
What?
Yeah. Who I saw somebody just pop up. Shadow 42's in. Tessa just got in. So awesome people. Thank you for coming in. So let's talk about, I took down Jamie's name and we're going to talk about the prizes for tonight. And I'm not sure how we're going to pull these out.
Oh, no, I know exactly how we're going to do it.
Okay. Do tell. Okay.
Do you want me to tell how you're going to do it, or do you want to talk about it first?
Why don't you tell me how we're going to do it, and then we'll talk.
This is how it's going to go down. When you call, isn't it you when they call in? If you call in, you get, we have like 5 prizes. First person to call in gets to choose from the 5, and then on and on and on and on and on. So the sooner you call in, the more you get to pick from.
That is true. However, we have to figure out, maybe we'll duplicate it for voicemails, because we got a voicemail 3 days ago. Somebody I know who jumped on the ball and got us a voicemail. Yeah,
we'll give them a duplicate, I think.
Okay.
But we want people to call in tonight.
Yes, I agree. I just wanted to be fair to everybody. Mari, welcome, Mari. She's in. And so I know we have something to read from Shadow. I know we have something to read from Ronnie Rocks. We've got, you want to go to a voicemail? I have a voicemail right now, speaking of.
I do. Before we do that, I want to also say that if you call in and you've already emailed us and you want to talk about your email, that counts. So.
You know, you can't say yes, you want to go right now and then talk about something else. That's not how that works.
Yes, immediately, but first.
With alacrity-tisms. All right, here we go. Here is a voicemail. They're a little quiet, so we'll try to crank this up just as touch. Should try not to talk over it because it might be too loud.
Hi, Mordant and McFall. It's me, Historian 1227. I'd like to say thanks for a great year of TOSOL. You've had some awesome guests and have dealt with some great topics. But I especially love tuning in and hearing your personal stories and experiences and your morsels of wisdom, especially from the Success Weeks episodes. You guys have helped me organize my thoughts and my plan of attack for my dream, which consists of a job where I can learn and share history with people in fun and interesting ways. But the place I want to work is sort of a fortress, a cultural stronghold, if you will. It's hard to break in and get a job there, but you've inspired me to keep trying. If I can infiltrate it at different points and persevere, then eventually I will conquer it. Kind of a weird analogy, but thanks for bearing with me. I also really like the isms that have surfaced from your show, such as feeling forward and bigger, better, more, and do it anyway. They're catchy, and I found that they're applicable to everyday life. And I've met some really cool people through you guys, so that's always fun. You've been really inspirational, and you have come a long way this year, and I foresee some big things on the horizon for you guys. So good luck in Vegas, happy holidays, and Mordant, happy birthday, and thanks for helping me be awesome. Bye.
Very cool.
That was awesome. I just want to say the way she was talking about conquering and getting into the fortress, how Genghis Khan of you.
Wait,
how William the Conqueror of you.
What was the phrase that she used about infiltrate? I need you to help set up the joke. What was the phrase? She said she wants to infiltrate the fortress, and the punchline is that's what she said. So, all right. Thank you for not helping me there. Yay! Historian called in. That was awesome.
I'm grinning like an idiot. My face hurts a little bit because that was very cool. Thank you so much.
So this is awesome. And so that counts. Now let's talk about the prizes that we have, sir. We have Do you remember what they are? Or do I just need to
I
read them?
don't know.
Okay.
I just drove 2,000 miles to be on this show. I don't remember. I don't know nothing about nothing. I don't know nothing about birth, no babies.
See, this is a problem. When you get old, you forget things. And
I'm not
what
old.
you forgot,
I'm not old till Friday.
what you forgot is the lyrics are, I would go 500 miles, not 2,000. So.
I'm an overachiever.
Yeah, over something. How old are you going to be on Friday?
Old enough.
It's not 50 yet, is it?
No, sir, it's not. It's 1 year away.
Oh, well. It is just a number. Who cares? I still think you're sexy. It's all right.
That's all what matters,
That is
baby.
what matters. All right, so what we have tonight for prizes, right? Here we go. Pimp the number. Thank you, Mari. 218-632-1724. That is 218-632-1724. This applies to first-time listeners, to people who have been listening for 5 minutes, or however long you've been following us. If you call in tonight, we will see what we can do about the prize. Now, Jamie was the first caller, and
Yep.
we're going to let her in the chat. She's in the chat room now, and she says she can go back to work while listening. So she can type in the chat room what prize that she wants, because first caller gets first pick, right? That's the rule.
Yeah, first try. Yeah. We may actually unmute her to see if she can talk to us again.
Well,
but-
she did drop off the line, so she can either call back or she can type it in. But here we go.
All right.
Here are the prizes in no particular order. We
Gifts,
have.
holiday gifts from us to you.
There you go. Can I read them now?
I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. Overcoming Adversity. It is a 20-minute recorded teaching session that Mordant and I did for a special business that requested a teaching for their people. And it's a special project that nobody but that business has been able to get a hold of. So you would get a hard CD copy of Overcoming Adversity. And actually, no, that's not the 20-minute one. That's the 45-minute one they haven't cut down into 2 parts yet. But it's a 2-parter, right?
Yeah.
Talk about what we did a little bit there, if you will, sir.
We had we sat down and went over some of our notes and about overcoming adversity. And what happened is there was so much material there, it wound up being over an hour. And you crunched it down to 2 sections of 40 minutes apiece. And so there are 2 different teaching sessions from us on that. But the other one.
So the other one is a 20-minute session called Knowing Your Why. It's really us going in depth on where to jump off, why you do what you do, how to get started. So that's another CD copy you can get a hold of. And because CDs hold so much, we'll probably throw in a few extra picks here and there, throw some stuff on there for you. The third prize you can pick from is recorded coaching session. This is where you will send us privately a message and say, hey, this is something I'm dealing with in life. As we had a listener do not that long ago publicly on the show, she had some stuff she was dealing with, and she, yes, Amanda, I see you. I will answer that in just a second. Amanda asked a very specific question, and I've got a good answer for her. But, we had a listener ask us, this is what I'm going through. What's your advice? And we did it on the air, as she said was okay, and we did a whole show on it. What we would do for you is you ask us a question. We'll probably email you back, get a few more details, and do a recorded coaching session for you. And how long should that be? About 30, 45 minutes? What do you think, sir?
Yeah, I think it's going to probably be closer to 30 minutes, depending on what the question is. And it could be a multiple part question around something. So,
right, but it's specific to your needs. It's
Yes.
not a show. We're not going to put you out there in the public. It is what you need. We'll give you the coaching. The fourth prize, again, these are in no particular order, but the fourth prize is live coaching over Skype, or if you're lucky enough to live in one of the areas that Mordant travels to, or if you're going to be in Vegas on January 4th, we will sit down in a room or on Skype with you and then give you, an hour of live coaching?
Yeah, it says here 30 to 45 minutes.
There you go. And of course, it's us. We're going to go long. We always
Yeah,
go
we
long.
tend to be, well, especially when we're interacting with you, it's going
Right.
to go longer than that for sure.
But again, this is you, not live. We'll record it for you and give it to you to refer to. But this is our teaching just for you. Whatever you need is along the lines of our show. And then finally, as you may or may not know, we are putting on the Success Freaks Atlanta 2013 conference in June. And if you're in the area that you can come, because we can't provide travel, but we can give you either 2 tickets to get in live to that conference, or the digital pass, which will give you all the recordings from the conference after it's done.
Yep.
Yay!
Yay! So what we need to have happen is in the next couple of minutes, Jamie picks so we know what not to give out to other people.
There you go, Jamie. So Jamie, type in your request in the chat room, or
If you don't remember what it is, everything's in the chat room. Rock Girl put it up in the chat room.
Right. And here we go with caller number 12. There we go. 404, I believe I know who you are, but go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Mari.
That's who I figured.
Mari!
Hey,
I finally called in.
You did!
So how are you guys doing?
I don't know. You tell us. I think we're doing fine.
I think you're doing great, as always.
Thank you very much. A little loopy from everything that's been going on lately. I think both of us have been very busy with stuff. So
That goes for me as well, so.
So do you have
But,
a
yeah, I
question
wanted
for us?
to- No, actually, I was going to give you an update. You and I had been discussing back over the summer when we first met, Mordant, that I used to do music, and I hadn't done it in over a decade, and I wanted to let you know that I had finally started getting back into that, and I've started writing music again, and it's been like a major flood of stuff, so thank you for pushing me.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. But so I'm hoping that through the contacts that I have through my current business where I'm cleaning and organizing for people, because I have a number of people that are involved in music that I work for, that hopefully I can actually go somewhere with this.
cool. How's the family?
Mm-hmm. They are doing well. There have been some changes that I'm not going to go into here,
Sure.
but there have been some changes, but things are good.
Good. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm glad that you're pursuing your dream and that it's actually working
Thank
out
you.
for you. That's very nice to know.
I haven't been happier as far as that goes in a very long time, so it's been a good thing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get Jamie to pick so that we can get you live to pick something. And Jamie's like, what? So I can't have Mordant? I want Mordant.
Well, okay, I don't blame Jamie at all.
You know what? We're gonna have a bachelor's auction in January to raise money for Success Freaks Conference. I will take random pictures of Mordant when he comes to my house, and of course the nice ones are going to go for a pretty penny. So ladies, I'm just saying, save up your money now, and we'll auction off some pictures, and we'll raise money for the conference. We'll do that.
Yeah, they're not going to be very pretty pictures. I've seen me waking up from the couch in his place. It ain't pretty.
I'm just saying I have a key to every door in the house, including the shower. I'm just saying.
Nice.
Oh, Lord.
All right, so Jamie is going to get the tickets to the conference. So
Awesome.
You're going to come.
That was my
buddy,
first
I'm
choice.
sorry.
What's your second
That's
choice?
okay. I think I'm going to go with the live coaching session.
All right, fantastic.
Got you down here. Got you down.
All right,
and you can
great.
still come to the conference. You just have to pay $5,000. That's all
$5,000.
right. No.
But, with the Mayan Apocalypse, just go ahead and, use your credit card. It won't matter. Come on.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
I will have to have some one-on-one live coaching with our Mordant Mon, I think.
I think you will. Yeah, sure. You're just going to take pictures.
Well, cool. Well, what are you looking forward to? Well, no. This is the question I wanted to ask. I forgot to ask Jamie. This is what I want to ask everybody who calls in tonight. What have you achieved this year that you never thought you would do?
Oh, what have I achieved this year that I never thought I would do?
Yeah, that let's say, last year in January, you're looking at the new year. Everybody does. It's a new year. You're going, man, where do I want to be at the end of 2012? and you never thought you'd be here in a good way. What have you overcome and achieved this year to go, wow, I never thought I could do this?
I am taking such better care of myself than I ever thought that I would actually be willing to put the energy into. So that's a major accomplishment for me, I think.
Very cool. Very cool. So Mordant?
And as far as next year,
yeah,
you were also asking what I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to seeing where this music goes. So, yeah.
Cool. It's what I like. What I hear in your voice is that it's that kind of open expectation, like almost like you can see it, and I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that not only you're not just hopeful, you're like you can see there's something coming. You can feel it. So it's that kind of expectation.
Oh, honey, it's already coming. It's already started.
Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you.
Well, however it comes out, I want a copy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
cool. Well,
all
thank you
right,
for
well,
calling.
I will leave you guys on this note. Happy birthday and happy holidays, and I look forward to the next show.
Thank you, Mari.
Thank you.
Very cool. Very cool. So good call so far. We still got 3 prizes for people to call in live. You need to get in now, 218-632-1724. You see what happens when you don't call in? You missed the prize that you wanted. So it's 218-632-1724. We're also going to give, a historian who called it. She called it in her voicemail like 4 days ago, man. She was on top of it. Are we going to give her choice, or are we going to dictate what prize she gets?
Well, she's in Minnesota, so I'm not sure if she's going to be able to come down to the...
that didn't answer the question. She still might want the digital pass. Are we giving her a choice, or are we saying, no, you get chicken nuggets?
We'll give her a choice. We'll give her a choice.
Okay.
How about that?
There you go. So for the emails and calls, because Manda, who I did give her an answer in the chat room, Manda doesn't get, her cell phone's not getting coverage or whatever where she is. So she asked if a speak pipe would count as well. As long as you get it in while we're on the show, the speak pipe will count, We'll put it in. So, historian, you have your choices of prizes as well. Right now, what we have left, not for historian. Historian, you can pick from all 5 because you did. You got in 4 days ago. Now, somebody whose initials are Lala Siegfried did not call in, has not called in, may not have a show put out this week. Just saying. Somebody needs to call in. Wink, wink, nod, nod. So there you go. We do have another voicemail. Are you ready, sir? You want to hear a voicemail?
I am. I'm ready for another voicemail.
All right, here we go. It's going to be loud, or it's going to be quiet, so.
Hey, it's Ricky driving through rainy all the way so far. I am just passing Tuscaloosa in Alabama. And
thank you, Ricky, for calling in. We appreciate your travels. That's awesome.
I'm waiting. I'm like, when do I cuss? I know I'm going to cuss.
I kept.
Yeah, man. I left Charlotte, North Carolina on like 12 noon on, when did I leave? I left on Sunday, and it just started raining. Actually, I was in Gastonia. It just started raining. It rained all the way from there to Jackson, Mississippi. And I was looking at the storm on the radar. It was wide. This whole, it was like, I can't believe this. I can't believe it's still raining. And I'm driving through Atlanta in the rain. It was not safe. And then when the rain finally went away, I was like, oh, that's weird. I'm so used to rain now. It's just odd. So I'm glad that's done.
I need you to, I'm glad it's done too. I'll ask you more about it. But before, because Lala says she might have to go soon, I need you to check your email to see if there's a speak pipe. She goes, hey, I left you a message and I don't have it in my email.
Okay, that means I have to call up all of my,
I understand. But to give her the benefit of the doubt, we have to check because I'm gonna.
All right, it's going to take a moment, but it's doing it. So let's keep going. So you want me to read an email from Shadow42?
Yes, sir.
All right, I got an email earlier this week, or Facebook or something from Shadow42, and he says, wanted to get this to you before tomorrow night. For me, this year turned interesting because of your show, or rather, through meeting you through the band, then Charles through the show. from a small suggestion from Charles about a possible use for my music. When he suggested my electronic music would be great for audiobooks, not something I had thought about because I do not use a lot of audiobooks myself. But the suggestion intrigued me, and after he sent me a couple of links, I put a feeler mail out. From that, in a short period of time, has sprung one full book project with 2 more looking like they will happen just after the first of the year. And the idea germinating to start a full-fledged production company / group that specializes in this sort of media production. One small suggestion, my deciding to act on that suggestion could very well turn into either a lucrative supplement to my day job or even perhaps my day job itself. I can only say thank you. Without that suggestion, I do not know if that would have occurred to me. So thank you guys, or so thanks guys. So that was from Shadow 42, and thank you, Shadow, for writing that in. We really appreciate. Testify, brother, testify. Woo!
You know, and definitely we're not looking for kudos. We're not looking for pats on the back, but it is nice to know that not only do you show up and listen live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, or you download the podcast every week, though that's always awesome. But it really is great to hear from people saying what you've done. This has helped me. And I'm not taking credit for it. I know Mordant's not taking credit for it, but it's nice to know that we're not just making you laugh. We're not just, talking for the sake of talking. Because I know you and I, sir, are going to get into what we've accomplished this year. And I've accomplished a lot because of the show. The show motivates me as well. And, the things you say motivate me. I motivate you. But it's nice. It really is nice to hear from these people who have, I know Mari has been in the chat room a lot. So is Shadow. And they're talking about, not to throw him under the bus, but I know when Shadow first started coming in, he had tons of medical issues. He was a little under the weather. He was maybe even depressed. It was bad days for him. And now when you talk to him, it's that voice in the email. He'll hit me up on Facebook from time to time. It's just that I'm a new person. I'm excited. And whether or not we had anything to do with it, it's good to see somebody rise up like that. It's awesome.
Yep, definitely. Glad to be a part of that.
So yes, exactly. I've got another email and a voicemail, but I am trying to, actually, I'll just tell you, the other voicemail is you calling in again from Texas. So I won't do that. I thought it'd be fun. And so I'm trying to get Lala to call in. She's about to take off. Let me think. Okay. Amanda says she sent a speak pipe, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. Did you find Lala's speak pipe, sir?
No, I got nothing. I'm looking for it now. I got nothing.
Okie dokie. Lala, you're going to get disqualified. You're saying.
Fabricating.
So, and Shadow, in the chat room, you have your choice of the digital pass or 2 tickets to the conference, recorded coaching, or the CD of Knowing Your Why or Overcoming Adversity. So you have your pick now, sir. And I've got to pull up because Manda, why don't you fill some space? Manda told me she sent a speak pipe, so I'm checking for that now.
All right. Well, as far as let me talk about what I just got done doing. Talking about how crazy I've been, et cetera, et cetera. I did a very Tortuga Christmas with my not 3, but all 6 Tortuga twins. We were in Charlotte, North Carolina this last Friday, and working up to the show. This is one of the first times that we've all been in different areas of the country. Jeff, who plays D'Angelo, he was in Florida doing his decorating elves business. Ron was with me in Louisiana, and so was Brian. But the other 2 Tortugas, they were also helping Jeff down there. So we didn't really have much rehearsal time at all. And it wasn't until we got together like the night before so we could learn. There's a little fight scene that we have these fight tableaus so that we could learn that and run through the script. Only Ron and I were sitting there without a script in hand. And yeah, we went up on a couple of lines for sure. It showed me, I need to study this. I really need to do this. But nobody else had it. We're like, this is gonna be no bueno. The night of it, just before we let everybody into the house, we had to run through a couple of scenes because we had to get the timing down because we were doing it with video. And Jeff had actually gotten this teleprompter, and I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, you should really learn the show, dude. Yeah, and don't quit messing around with the teleprompter. Rah. All this stuff is itching on my brain. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Shakespeare in Love, where they talk about, and I've mentioned this before, they talk about how everything in theater works out. Well, how does it work out? I don't know. It's a mystery. As soon as we stepped out on stage, everybody slowed down their lines. We started improvising like big dogs. That teleprompter that I was all grumpy about in my brain saved all of us. All of us. There was so much improv. We all had to look back at it. We even pointed it out in the improv, so it, so that people knew it was there. And we weren't staring at it or anything. It was just you glance, oh, that's my line. Kid got it. And then while everybody's looking at somebody else. But it made it part of it. There was one line where I think somebody talked to Lucio and said, what do you think about that? And he's squinting and he's leaning, he's looking at the teleprompter. He goes, I don't know. What do I think about that? And everybody loved it. I didn't think, this is the first show that I didn't think I was going to have a good time, because going into it, it was so stressful. I had such a good time at this show. The audience had a great time. I've heard it said, and I think it may be true, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of partial to Spies, our other Tortuga Palooza, that this was probably our best show that we've ever done. We filmed it for DVD. I had a great time, and I got to tell you, I'm so glad it's done. Now I can just kind of sit back, relax. I still got Tortuga Twin things to do before I fly out to Minnesota on Thursday. So we're still closing down the show and doing a bunch of stuff. I've been traveling for 2,000 miles. So I've got a million emails from my brothers going, hey, what about this? What about this? I'm like, I'm driving. I can't tell you. So I'll be working tomorrow. But that's what's been going up with my life. And was it worth it? Yeah. To be able to work with the blue team and with my other Tortuga brothers like that and have such a good time on stage. Was it worth it? Yeah. I had a great time.
Very, very cool. Now, there is a possibility that I'm not getting speak pipes, so I'm still checking. But on the back channel, sneaking in, as always, is the wonderful and talented Lala Siegfried.
Sneak, sneak.
There she is. Sound like a Dr. Seuss character.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. I wish the speak by vid just worked so I didn't have the nerve stuff going on.
What nerd stuff?
Nerves!
Why would you?
You have your own podcast. What are you worried about?
Hmm?
So you have your own podcast. What are you worried about?
Well, that's not live or anything.
This is only half live. It's all right.
Well, how about I just reiterate what I left on your speak pipe? Is that okay?
Sure.
Perfect.
Okay. I just wanted to say thank you to you guys for everything. It's been an amazing year. It's been kind of whirlwindy. It went by really fast, and it seems like it hasn't been a year. But you guys have done just so much for me. I can't even put it into actual words, which is surprising as far as I go, right? Charles, on a personal level, of course, you have, just being my producer and guiding me and pushing me and all this stuff. I've done things that I never thought I'd be able to do. Thank you. Thanks to you. And, of course, Mordant, you gave me the kick in the pants to start the whole process of looking for my birth mom. And I have big thanks to you for that as well, because you said all these things that I really, really needed to hear. And it pushed me in the right direction. So thank you guys so much for everything. And I'm just psyched for everything you guys have going on. And you're going to kick at the... Can I say...
You just said it twice.
Apparently, you can say it twice.
Kick butt. You're gonna kick butt at the awards, and but yeah, you guys you have been such a huge influence on me in the last year, and it just means a lot to me. And I know I'm not the only person, and I just hope you guys know every day, what you guys do, and how much it means to all of us, and just the impact that you have. I hope you wake up and you just think about that and how awesome you are and everything you do, and just how gracious you are and everything. So. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Lala. Thank you so
welcome.
much. Actually, I do wake up thinking about that, and then I see myself in the mirror, and that shatters.
Oh, no, and you're like, I'm sexy, B-word.
Yeah, that's...
I'm trying really hard to contain my swears. Really
Absolutely. Now, what have you overachieved this year? Where'd you go from January of 2012 till now?
Oh, absolutely the podcasting for sure. That's been a crazy ride. All in all, starting one and it not working out and just plowing through it, getting past any personal stuff and just saying like, just because this didn't work didn't mean that something else would. And I don't think I would have done that otherwise without you guys kind of guiding me and stuff. And so that's a really big thing. I'm doing a few like voiceover stuff, which, is what I really want to do. And so that was big. And I don't know, just, and liking myself more as a person.
Hey, Lala, message me later. I may have a hookup for you for a voiceover.
Ooh, okay, I will.
I don't know if it's a paying gig, but it might be a fun one.
That's fine. No pay necessary. Like, I just love to do it. So,
Right.
And any invitation for a to message you privately, I'll take it.
So where do you see yourself going this year?
Like in the next week and a half?
No, it's 2013.
Gosh, I don't know. There's so much that lies ahead. Just continuing to move forward and figure stuff out and hopefully grow the podcast and stuff. And hopefully next year I will be sitting next to you at the podcast awards. Ma?
Do I went because you said hopefully and maybe. Please, you're like Outrageous Junior. You need to pull it. I see you on a stage in front of people talking live.
Yeah, I think you're going to go and do a live podcast soon.
Yes.
I think you're going to get up. I think you're going to come to our conference and introduce everybody who's there and have to fill 30 minutes each time.
Well, yes, I'll agree with all of that.
I don't know about the 30 minutes. That's cut into my time now.
I see you paying for our ride to Vegas next year.
I'll do 28 minutes, Mordant.
There you go. Thanks. Thanks.
Now, before you go, two things. I want to hear you say in your sexiest voice, infiltrate the fortress.
Let me see.
Do it.
No, I'm blushing. You can't see, but I'm blushing.
Do it so our favorite lesbian is really our favorite lesbian.
I'll try. Infiltrate the fortress.
There you go. And
infiltration.
What?
Yeah, you like that one? Yeah. That was for you.
Leah Jester, you're crazy. You stepped up. Infiltrate the fortress. So you have a Lala. You can pick from recorded coaching, knowing your why, or overcoming adversity.
Oh, geez. I don't know. How about the adversity one? I have plenty of that.
All right.
That's you get part 1 and 2.
That's right.
Sweet.
And then maybe we'll do some fun little extra sayings on there just to mess with you.
Sounds good.
Fun. Well, thank you for calling in. It has been awesome.
Thanks for having me. And thanks again for everything you guys do. Like, I can't, again, there's not enough proper words to describe how wonderful you both are. And what you do is so great. And so thank you so much for everything. And boom, baby.
Thank you.
All
right. Love you both. Bye.
Happy holidays, baby.
Her best was the Thanksgiving one where she fell down and she's like, Happy Thanksgiving, boom, baby. I can't even do it like she did, but it was hilarious. It was very funny. So I have her down. So Amanda's going to try to Skype in because she's having issues she's not having issues. I'm having issues with SpeakPipe. Apparently, either people aren't letting it process right, or maybe it's just taking forever to get to me because they're telling me they went to the House of the Bear and left the SpeakPipe, which should come right to my email, and I'm not getting
Maybe it takes a little while to process. Maybe it's not immediate.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe just take some time.
So tomorrow.
But Amanda's going to hit it up on the back channel as well here in a second. What else do we have to talk about? Oh, you know what? I got my invite for the new MySpace tonight.
Oh, you're excited about that?
I am. That is sexy like me. It is awesome. It is awesome. So
we can talk about what we're doing next week.
Christmas.
It's Christmas. It's our Christmas show where it's going to be you and me and nobody else because they've all got lives.
I might be drinking freely. Actually, I won't be. I'll be at my brother-in-law's house. But yeah, here's the deal. We know that you're busy on Christmas. We're busy on Christmas, but we're family. Mordant and I are family, and I felt it important that, one, my OCD kicked in, and I cannot not do a show. It's very difficult for me to not do a show when it's show night. But two is, like, I've had, here comes Amanda. I'm going to pull her on the line. Give me just a second here. All right, hold on just a second, Amanda, but you can listen in. So here's the thing. I'm going to spend all day Monday traveling to my parents' house and doing Christmas with my family there. And then we're doing a Christmas Eve thing at the church and involved there. We're also doing our Christmas dinner, which this year happens to be my favorite Japanese grill in the world with tons of sushi and all that stuff. That's what we're doing for Christmas Eve night. And then Christmas morning, we're going to get up with the kids and do their stuff. And then we're going to my wife's family. And then I'm staying at her house because I have to work on Tuesday. So I'm staying at her brother's house while she goes and takes the kids to the grandparents. And like, you know what? I need some me time. And that to me is doing the show. So Mordant and I agreed that we're not going, if you like this tonight, the kind of scattered, whatever, it's not even going to be that. Literally no direction. It's going to be, hey, how was your Christmas? It's going to be pulling back of the curtains, right, Mordant? It's just us as people doing our family thing, hanging out with Christmas. And if you'd like to be a part of it, it will be live. You can come in the chat room and hang out. And check the podcast out later. But that's what we're doing for our Christmas night.
Yep, we're going to talk about what we did that day, what we plan on doing the rest of the night, and just maybe just revisiting the year that has happened and what we're looking forward to in the following year. So that's what's going on with that. Whoop, whoop.
And now on the line, we have Amanda Staunton.
Hello, Amanda.
I unmute my mic. Hello. I haven't talked to either of you in a while. I'm so jealous, Charles. I want Chinese. It'd be awesome for Christmas. Nothing like that's open up here.
You are way too far away from China to have it up in the land of Hoth.
Yeah, it's supposed to snow again tonight and for the next 3 days, so yeah. Yeah. So, I'll give you a brief summation of the speak pipe I left you. It was mostly just me saying thank you to you guys, because my circle of friends has literally doubled since I met you, both of you.
Awesome.
Because I am more open now and talking to people. And I closed it. Well, I also said thank you, Charles, for letting me stay at your house, and fingers crossed I can do that again this upcoming year.
We should be able to work something
out. What?
I said we should be able to work something out for show.
Well, we'll have to see how much my tax refund is first.
Well, there's that.
So, yes. And also that I will never, ever, ever run over a possum again without thinking of you.
I think there's a story there.
I did not run over a possum. I was stopping slowly, and he committed suicide. That's all I can say.
Charles, it's a possum. They play dead. That's what they do.
Well, he was just like when I got my wife pregnant. I was playing. She took me serious. He was playing, and I took him serious. It was a nice thump. And everybody in the car was like, ew. And, of course, it was Steve and Hugh and Amanda and myself, and I did not hear, well, I still have not obviously heard the end of that. And so, I like Shadow. Shadow says, what is this tax refund you speak of? It's this thing where you overpay the government, and they keep your money without interest, and then they try to send it back. If they have to.
Yeah, I don't have an option of not overpaying them at my job, so
yeah,
that's what I'm stuck with.
So there you go. So Amanda, who I love your icon on Facebook and here on Skype is the same thing as Oswin Oswald inside of the Dalek shell. It's very beautiful. And I didn't even notice it till you pointed it out to me, the whisk in her belt. I was like, oh.
I know. As soon as I saw that, I wanted to start crying.
Yeah,
that just makes the picture so much more sad.
I am still trying to convince my wife to name my little girl Oswin as a middle name. And I was like, well, why don't you just watch the episode with me, and then you'll get it. So I just don't want to. I'm like, you got to name like the last 2 kids. Come on. It's my turn. It's not actually true, but I say that anyway. So what have you done this year that you never thought you would, look, like I've asked everybody, you're starting January 2012, you look forward in the year, you never saw doing this and achieving what you've achieved. What have you achieved this year? What's made it a great year?
The podcasting. I never ever thought I'd do anything like that, and then I got on 7th Row Center, and then I left 7th Row Center, and...
Read the mail! Read the mail! Read the mail!
Sorry, that's our ending sound, my bad. I forgot to stop it.
Well, fingers crossed, if everything works out, I will be starting a new show, hopefully sometime in January. I don't know yet, because I need to find a co-host now, because Paul backed out at the last minute.
Yeah, that happens. So.
Yes.
But very cool.
I don't want to do a show if it's just me by myself, because then I'm just talking to myself, and that's weird. From listening to your show and Steve's show, it's weird.
It's a little bit, but yeah, weird is part of the game.
Yes.
So, Mordant, what, I know we've both interacted with Amanda throughout the year. What have you seen her do that you were proud of?
I think she's just opened up. She's always got that kind of a snarky sense of humor. And in the beginning, there was more of a defense mechanism. Now it's just a clever wit that she brings. And there's more of a gentleness. And she just opens up. She's a lot friendlier person. And I've really enjoyed getting to know her. And that every time she shows up, it's always like, oh, cool, Amanda's here. Yeah. And she gives me awesome presents.
I'm glad
it's been a joy getting to know you.
I didn't know what it was.
What now?
I'm glad you like that, because I didn't know what it was.
It's a card game,
I don't know what
and
this
it's
thing is.
fun.
So. But, I don't know what this thing is, but it's on his list. I'll send it to him anyway. There you go.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And what was great was that literally I got to the house today at around, I don't know, noon again or 1 again. Nothing was there, and then I'm moving stuff into the house and everything. And just before I leave, and I won't be back there till January 31st, there's something at the door, and there it is. There's your gift. So thank you so much.
That's awesome.
That's cool. I from what little I knew of you before you came for the meetup, like Morton saying, you're very close, very, very. My world is right here. It's right here on the spot. And wasn't it? This was like the first time you've ever been on a plane or left Minnesota or something like that?
Yeah, that was the first time I'd ever been on a plane. That is the farthest. I felt like Samwise Gamgee. That was the farthest away from home I had ever been.
And that was awesome. And you were here. You had fun, and you really let us get to know you. And then, of course, after that, you were just, all involved and fun. It's been a good thing. Now you're already talking about next year and making plans for the future. I hope that you've seen, or that we've helped you come from a place of, I thought my world was here, to, wow, what can my world be next year?
Yeah, I actually have a goal for next year. I'm working on it in baby steps. I'm trying to get over my camera phobia.
Ah, gotcha.
The whole not being photographed thing. I'm baby stepping. Joe took a couple of pictures of us at the Mordant World Live thing we did at her house. And they're still tagged on Facebook, and I haven't freaked out about that yet, so baby steps.
Baby steps. That's all you got to do. So very, very cool. What do you want to do next year?
I want to have my own show.
I understand. I got that. What in your personal life? Aside from podcasting.
I want to travel more, and I am still trying to get certified for that job in Colorado. The only problem is certifications are around $500. I just got a $300 car bill because I slid sideways into a curb when we had a snowstorm up here. We got 15 inches in 24 hours. And I messed up the sway bar, the control arm, and the alignment on my car.
Oh, not good.
Yeah, I almost broke the axle, so I'm happy that didn't happen. It could have been much worse.
Right.
But that's a $300 bill right now, so there goes my emergency fund.
Well, you know what? That's what it's there for, right?
That's what it's there for, exactly.
Very cool. Well, not
Although
cool
I am starting a second job next week.
A sixth job?
Second job next week.
Well, good. You know, sometimes, as I know we've talked about personally in the past, you got to realize it's just temporary. You work your butt off now, get what you need. And as you've seen, as you look forward and you see what is there and not what's not there, you go, I know that I can move forward and I can achieve the money that I need. I can have what I need to fix my car, move forward, whatever it is, that you move there and it is there. And you mysteriously sometimes. And I know when you were flying here, your car died and you had to get a new car, and then you did. And now you're having to fix it. But you mentioned you had a good thing. You had an emergency fund, so now you can fix it. And it's a good thing. And you keep moving forward, keep holding on to what's there. That'll lead me into something else in a minute. But I want, before I start getting off on a story, I want to give you your options of, you've got the recorded coaching and knowing your why to pick from.
Okay, can you say that again? Skype's breaking up a little bit.
You can pick from the recorded coaching, where you ask us obviously specific things about your life, and we'll give you specific messages recorded and sent to you, or you can get the CD recording of knowing your why.
Either's fine. If you get another caller and they want something, if they one of those two, I'll take whatever they don't want.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. Either or is fine with me.
That'll work. We thank you very much for calling in and for being a listener of the show and participating in everything that we do.
I know this is the first time I've ever called into this show.
This is true, but haven't you left voicemails? No, I don't know. Well, thank you.
No, I've never left you a voicemail. Not for this show. I've done for the old one.
Okay. Well,
thank you, Amanda.
You're
Happy
welcome.
holidays.
Bye.
Get warm. Yeah. And that's where you're going, sir. They're about to get another 3 inches of snow.
Yeah, I know, but they can handle it. It's Minnesota. They know how to deal with that.
Yeah, but what about you? You're going.
So I've wintered in Minnesota before. I'll be good. I'll be good.
Or you'll be good at it. Talking about messages, what she brought up there earlier today. And I wasn't actually planning on talking about this. It was just interesting. I want to keep in mind, sir. I mentioned to you before. I want to talk about how we're actually helping others be awesome, not just assuming that we do a show, people learn from it, but what active steps are we taking in other people's lives? And one of the steps that I've been taking, my wife and I started a couple of years ago to teach the kids about giving, about charity. We wanted them to understand that while Christmas is magical because of all the cool stuff you get, it's also magical because of the cool stuff you give. But on top of that, taking your time to help out with other people, taking your money to help out, is an important thing for them to learn. And we started doing at the church that we go to, it's called the Angel Tree. A lot of churches have it. Even Walmart, our local Walmart this year, has an angel tree, which I thought was awesome. You literally can walk through the store, you see the tree there, you take the tag off, go buy the gift that's on it, and you turn it, as you buy it, you turn it in both to them at the register, and it goes to, I'm not sure what cause they're supporting, but it goes to somebody in need, and that's pretty awesome. I've not seen that before. But we do what's called the angel tree, and usually we get one kid per child that we have. So we let them pick one each, and then we go shopping for what's on the list. And I like how they do it. They have a need, which is usually clothing of some kind, and a fun present. They have a minimum of $20 because that's fair. I mean, you shouldn't go to the dollar store and get them crap. I mean, you really should treat them like they're your own kids. Or, if you're going to get your kids crap, then better than your own kids. But it's a mix of families in need in the community and people who have at least one parent in jail or prison. Because it's not the kids' fault that their parents in jail or prison, so we're trying to help out. This year, we've done so much more because we went above and beyond our budget on the kids for the angel tree. And that was cool because in giving back, we budgeted so much. Normally, in past years, this is a budget. If we go over budget, we can't pay a bill. Not this year. This year, we didn't even think about it. Like, no, we're going to do what needs to be done for these kids. And you turn around, and we went way over budget, and it didn't hurt us at all. On top of that, they announced a week ago or so that all the families had not been taken care of yet. And my wife went, we need to do something about that. And so we've been tracking it down. And tomorrow, we're actually going to go to a work day at the church to help finish off what presents are there. and buy supplies to package them up and those kind of things, and donate our time and actually do it. And then we're going to take the kids on Sunday, I believe it is. The kids are actually going to go with us, and they're going to deliver presents to these families. So that's another level for them. But again, we've turned around, and we haven't been hurt in money in any way. It's just an abundance, and it's awesome. But the message that I'm getting to is the one of what we've talked about before, and Excuses Be Gone by Dr. Wayne Dyer, of what I just said, the man of knowing that the perfect thing is coming at the perfect time. The church, I work a lot with the technical department. It's just one of my passions. I have a hobby of building computers. Of course, I know a lot about sound engineering and just tech stuff in general. And they need a new computer. And I was like, okay, we're going to start this year. One of the changes we're making in our family is we're starting a charity fund where we're going to, every check is going to go into an account just for charity work. Just for, maybe at the end of the year, it'll be a $600 blowout, or through the year as needs arise, we'll do for people. But I've been trying to figure out how to do a computer for them. And today, it turns out that my computer for my work, and my work is pretty computer intensive, it really started acting out. I'm like, crap, I'm going to have to buy a new computer for myself. And I'm worrying about that. And it's kind of negative for me because, honestly, as much as I like doing new stuff for myself, it's hard. It is hard to do something on that level because it is a big expense at one time. And I really wanted to do for this church. I really wanted to help others be awesome. And after we got out of the meeting, who's I don't know. Beep. Let me marker that. Mark, I'm going to put a nice censor beep on that. Mordant. See, we get too relaxed sometimes, and I apologize. But we were in our meeting, we're talking about things, and the meeting, the computer was acting up, and it was making me cuss and that kind of thing. And I'm really going, man, I have to do something about this because my work's important. It's what pays the bills. And so I have to do something about this computer, which means I can't do as much for somebody else. And that was actually my first thought. I started listening to a book he gave me called The Science of Getting Rich. And again, it's along the same lines of what we talked about, of knowing what's in the future, thinking what's in the future. And I got hit in the face with that message again. Don't fret about the problems that come. Don't worry about the money. Because when you do what you need and when you do for others and you take care of what needs to be taken care of and be true to you, it'll be there at the perfect time. And so then I changed my mindset of, oh, crap, to, all right, fine, I'm going to do this because I need to do my work. How can I make this a positive thing? And I immediately went, well, my computer might not be holding up to my needs currently, but it'll be way more than what the church has right now. So I can immediately turn that around and give them this computer and work it for them and do that. So, honestly, my biggest lesson this year, there's been so many, but I think the universe is telling me my biggest lesson this year was to not only quit trying to control everything, and our Mordant McFall and this other weirdo named Ricky that you don't know who he is, but you've had to deal with my controlling nature all year, and to varying degrees, and you've taught me a lot of things. We've worked together a lot, but it's also to trust, to not just say you know what's coming, to not just know that in the big picture things will work out, but the action when real life pops up, when it says, in the midst of preparing for Vegas, in the midst of Christmas is coming at the corner, in the midst of wanting to do more for charity and help others, I have a need that pops up, to not be negative, to shut your pie hole for a second and actually believe what you're talking about and know that when the time is right, everything will be perfect.
Yep. And I think that was a great example of it, especially, for everybody involved. I had a little bit of an example of that this weekend with the Christmas show that I just did. And I was a little bit of a nervous wreck, and I didn't need to be. And in my mind, in my head, I knew I didn't need to be. And yet I bought into that a little bit. Not as much as I used to. I got to say, not as much as I used to. And there's a part of me going, this is going to all work out. This is all going to work out. And then when it didn't, it'd be like, but still. And then when it did, it was like a miracle the way it worked out. I was amazed at how well that went. Same thing with you. It seems like everything's crapping out, and yet it's happening for a reason. Now, I've had that happen enough times that sometimes when the bad stuff starts happening, I go, okay, this is making room for something good. This bad thing that's happening, it's clearing a space for something good that's going to come my way, or that I'm going to be able to help somebody else with. It's going to all work out really, really well. I may not be able to see it. I may not be able to see it right now, but eventually this is making a space for something good. And because I've adopted that attitude, first of all, the stress goes away, so I don't have to have a bad experience. And second of all, when it comes, it just reaffirms that. So you get a stronger belief system with that. And if you have a stronger belief system, you start affecting reality around you. I mean, you're already affecting reality with the negative. Why not try affecting it with the positive? And when that starts happening, you're going to see more and more positive. Maybe it's the same amount. Maybe you're having the same amount of bad things, the same amount of good things. It's just that you're noticing the good that's there more and not noticing the bad. The bad is just there to teach me something or to make room for something better. So in a way, it's something good too. But the good, if I start noticing that more, that gives me a better experience. It gives me a better, happy holiday.
Yeah, it does. Now, next week, I think I came up with the title. Next week is going to be Christmas wishes. Not only we're going to talk about what we plan on doing in the new year, I think we're going to let everything go and let's just talk crazy and make our Christmas wishes for what will come in the new year. And if you really want to hear fun times, you know, I've referenced this in the past. Everybody, when the Mega Millions or lottery or whatever gets up to 800 million, whatever the big number is, everybody starts playing. And you let yourself go for 30 seconds, maybe even a few minutes, and you're going, ooh, if I had 50 million, I would do this and this and this and this. That's what I think we're going to do on Christmas, besides talking about our life, our days, and being family. And you're going to hear what chosen family really sounds like. We talked about it a lot, and we don't necessarily do it so much on the show. You hear the connection on the show, especially when in the same room. I think next week you're going to hear what we sound like when we're real people, and it's very family-oriented, very family-based. But I think if you're up for it, so I think we'll do a Christmas wishes show where we're just going to, what's the craziest thing we can think of for 2013 and bring that down.
That sounds good. And you know what? One of the other things that I think we'll do is we'll do that, but we'll also think of a wish for each other.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
There you go.
You know, one last time before we wrap it up, 218-632-1724. That's 218-632-1724. You know, I really would love to hear from my Toastmasters people because I do love you guys, and I would like to give you something free. It'll be fun. I promise. It'll be awesome. For Lala, and actually for Amanda, for anybody who wants to get into podcasting, or you just feel like speak good in front of people, I'm telling you, Toastmasters is an amazing thing. There's pretty much one everywhere in the world close enough to drive to. I won't say no matter how far out in the country you are, because, yeah, there's going to be some remote areas of the country that may not have one close enough for you to drive in a snowstorm. But I can tell you from experience, I found a couple within driving distance of me. I went to the one that just attracted me the most. I don't know why. That one worked out best for me. Put it off for 2 years. I put it off. Finally went. I tell you what, man, it's the best group of people. I got to be the general evaluator last night, which basically is the person who helps run the meeting. I'm not the Toastmaster. The Toastmaster runs the meeting, but I got to help run the meeting. And I had to give reports on your timing of everybody's speech, your grammarian, those kind of things. And then I gave a general overview of how the meeting went. And I sat there, and the first things out of my mouth, the only thing I could really say was, this is so much fun. That nobody here works. I mean, yes, we all work, but it's not, nobody makes it feel like, oh, you're pulling teeth. Even the people go, there are people who say, I can't speak that well. Oh, everybody else is better than me. But they get up and they have fun with their speech. And when you get that report and you hear, and I've heard this myself, when you hear, you had 9 ums tonight. I'm like, the blank you say, I did not. But they know what they're talking about. And I did, and I didn't hear it. And everybody responds that way. They go, yep, but I'm getting better. But it's such a positive group. Find a group like that if just for fun. I mean, it's a good thing to do. And your Mordant's going to come to mine in the spring. He's going to get here at least once and come and hang out and attend. Because I know you're the one who turned me on to these things. And I want you to meet my group. It's awesome.
Absolutely. I can't wait to do it.
So, I was sending you a back channel message and I forgot, so I'm going to send it to you now. Let you read it while I fill the space. See, Amanda says in the chat room, Charles, the nearest Toastmasters is either in La Crosse or the Twin Cities, 4 hours round trip. So yeah, there are going to be some areas, unfortunately, that apparently you can't get to. And unfortunately, Amanda lives out in the podunk holla of Snow Mountain. 4-hour round trip either way. That does suck. But, maybe something, if you keep it open, keep in mind going, you know what, this year we'll get into one, maybe it'll get closer to you. Maybe somebody will start one up, you never know. But definitely it's something to achieve. And it's not just something I'm on right now. I think I will support the idea of it forever and ever, even if I get to a point where I can't attend a meeting. But for me, honestly, this is a lot like what you see in AA, where you always, no matter where you get in life, if you have a moment, you look for an AA meeting and you go. That's Toastmasters to me. It's my AA, but in the opposite direction. They're encouraging me to drink the juice of speaking. So, okay, here we go. This is what I pitched to Mordant, and he's like, yay. I don't like leaving people out. I don't like pushing people out of their comfort zones too much. There are definitely people who are just so nervous about calling in. It's not their comfort zone. Or maybe this is the first night you tuned in, and you want a prize, but you just didn't have the nerve to call in. I can't help you if I don't know who you are. So I've got an email to read. Dang it, I could have done that while I filled the space. I do have an email to read. But here's the thing. Angie, Rock Girl, has been getting the names of those live in the chat room. So whoever has not called in, we're going to give some prizes to you as well. So, Angie, if you will make a quick list for me while I read this email. If you'll make a quick list of the names of people who have been in the chat room tonight live, that we can draw some names for some prizes. I believe we're going to give away some cool stuff. And here is our good friend Ronnie Rocks, and she sent in an email to us, Mordant, that says the title is Goals Reached This Year. This is a tough one because by now I'm looking at what I want to do next year. I don't traditionally write down these things in a place where I can access them again months later. Maybe that's something to change. That's her words. I'm not adding to it. Number 1, I'm completely out of debt other than my mortgage, which is a great interest rate. That's awesome. That's amazing. Number 2, I got better at delegating the busy work in my business. Number 3, I had the best financial year so far in my business. Number 4, I made time for self-care during the busiest part of my work season. I averaged 60-hour work weeks during the Texas Renaissance Festival. I prepaid an instructor for private yoga classes twice per week, and he did not go easy on me. I realized I'm the expert is number 5. Thank you for the opportunity to share. Be well, Ronnie. And of course, you can find her at ronnieRocks.com, twitter.com/Ronnie, RHONNI. Ronnie, RHONNI, and Facebook.com/Ronnie Rocks. So that was some good things that she achieved this year.
Absolutely. I mean, she's a stellar woman anyways, and she's always on the fast track of bigger, better, better, more. But it's nice to see what's possible out there, and especially if these people are your friends. Then it's not just somebody you don't know who is accomplished in these things. You're like, oh well, that's them, that's not me. But when it's your friends, or at least people you come in contact with, you're like, oh, well, I see how that works. Well, I can do that too, I bet. So
Exactly.
I love that example. Live that example.
Exactly.
So let's go ahead and take care of however you want to do this thing. And then let's move on.
Moving on. Actually, I'm looking at the list, just scrolling back up in the chat room. And I want to say everybody here in the chat room tonight participated. If Klaatu is still here, then you can speak up, sir, and we'll be more than happy to give you something. I think Pirate Jan might still be in. I'm not sure if she's listening still. Let's see. But I'm looking at the list, and quite honestly, everybody's here. Either sent us an email, a speak pipe, or ended up calling in. So everybody here got a prize.
There you go.
There you go. Everybody gets a free car. Yay!
if you did not call in, or you did not.
There you go. Oh yes, podcaster. Boom. If you downloaded the podcast and you feel like you missed it, you didn't miss it. I hope you listened to the end of the show because you did not miss it. This will go into the show notes. If you download the podcast, the 5 people who email us off the podcast or call in a voicemail or whatever, we'll let you pick from the prizes too, right? That sound good?
Yeah.
Cool. There you go. That's it. I did not want to leave out the podcast. If you download the podcast and email us, call it in, whatever you do. We are having internet issues with our website. That's the host problem. We're working on that. So you can go to facebook.com/The Other Side of Live. There is a speak pipe button there. You can speak pipe a voicemail. You can call in like Historian did. You can call in to 206-666-5458, or you can email. Rock Girl, yeah, any of this stuff that we have on the list, you could always have for free. You're an employee. Shut it. You're like, yeah, they give me prizes for not calling in.
I think that the one prize they're exempt from, though, is the tickets to the conference. You had to call in for that.
Okay.
So anything else?
And you know what? I will play devil's advocate. If you really wanted the digital pass to or tickets to the conference, and you go, oh man, I just really can't. You write us not a book, but a short paragraph on why you should get the tickets, because you couldn't listen live, and we'll take it under consideration. You know what? We may change our minds, because that's how we roll. We may change our mind.
And speaking of things to write in, we're asking if you would, if Success Freaks or the others.
Sorry, my bad.
If we here at Success Freaks have helped you out in any way, or if listening to our show has helped you out in any way, we're asking that you write us a little something that we could put up on our website, and maybe even just put your first name there. In there somewhere, if you could include some kind of one-sentence quote, because we're actually looking for something to put on our marketing as well. So we would really appreciate that. You can email us at, where should they email us?
Contact@successfreaks.com. Contact@successfreaks.com.
So that was Jabba the Hutt. We are live every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time at theothersideoflive.com/NAS. Of course, the NAS stands for No Agenda Stream. And of course, that wasn't true tonight, but sometimes life happens out. It's a Mayan Apocalypse. Ah! It's the end of GoDaddy as we know it. Ah! If you're listening to if you're listening to us live, you can find other episodes on theothersideoflive.com, or we're also available on iTunes.
And I'm sorry, Jamie said it twice, and she in the chat room, she put in what the biggest thing she learned this year, and then she put in it again, and I wrote it down because I knew I'd forget, and I looked down. So I'm sorry, but Jamie, who was the first caller this evening, said that the biggest thing she realized this year was her self-worth and not to settle for anything less.
Nice.
That was awesome.
You go, Jamie. Whoop, whoop.
So everything he said, rebelmouse.com, REBELMOUSE, rebelmouse.com, /House of the Bear for myself, /Mordant World for Mordant. We are working on a single site that you can go to, but what's special about Rebel Mouse is you don't have to go to Twitter and Facebook and everywhere else and Instagram. You can go to that one page and you'll see all of our stuff put together, and you still can follow us. And we really do like it when you like the fan page and when you send us messages. It's really cool. Oh, and expand. I'm sorry, one more thing. The testimonials you were asking for. This is you helping us. When you do, maybe we can take some of the clips from tonight and we can write a 1-sentence testimonial from those two. But this is going to help us get further out into the world. What we're going to use this for is to help get some syndication, to help get up on some other networks, to get more people to listen, those kind of things. So this will be an easy way for you to help us. If we've helped you, just please say so and give us some input. And you know what? If you'd like to give us some money and you don't have any, but you're shopping through Amazon because you have to buy what you have to buy, we understand. Shop through us, please. theothersideoflive.com/Amazon. Doesn't cost you anything extra, and it helps us out so much. It really
So
helps
much.
us so much. Thank you very much.
Works for me. I think that's it. Man, my brain is fried. I love you people, but I've just driven 2,000 miles, and my brain is fried. So happy holidays, everybody. I'm getting ready to head up into the Great White North, into Minnesota. I hope that you are having a fantastic time. Charles, you got anything else you want to shout out?
No, I am good.
This has been our Mordant Mon.
And I'm our Mordant Mon.
There you go.
Because I have nothing else to say tonight.
Ciao, dream catchers. Freaking move, baby.